Welcome to the Curly Hair Q&A Mondays with Melanie show. This is episode 92, and this is our Halloween hair horror stories show.
Ooh, say that 10 times fast.
I can't. I barely got it out once slow.
Be careful.
It's a tough one. Oh, boy. But it's a good one. Boy, I've got lots of stories. Melanie's got lots of stories, right?
We've got lots of stories, and we got
the whole family here.
We've got the whole family here to celebrate Halloween today.
We do.
So the girls just want to show you their pretty little dresses. Here's little Miss Miley, who's still here with us. So
still here.
They missed out on being part of the show, so they got their little dresses and tutus on, and they wanted to share some stories. But
there you go. See you, Miley.
Bye, Miley. And here's little Murphy Murph. Say hi, happy Halloween, everybody.
Hey, Trouble.
Oh, look at her cute little tutu.
Yeah, there she is.
It's a little tight. She's gained a little. She ate too much candy.
She ate too much
Her dress is a
candy,
little
and
tight.
I got to take the blame for that little bit of weight because I just have not had the time to walk her as much as normal. So, anyway.
So tonight, we are your curl counselors, but we're your curly hair doctors.
Curly hair doctor, see? I even have a stethoscope, so.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Me
gosh.
too, and I have my smart glasses
Hey. And in the meantime, I'll tell you where you can consume us, where you can get the Mondays with Melanie show and our Thursday Curly Hair Q&A where we bring on guests. We might have one this week. We might not. You can find us on IGTV at Raw Curls. You can find us on the YouTube network at Raw Curls. You can watch us live. And you can also watch the archived versions, which we keep there as well as we also keep the curly hair Q&A question of the days. We keep those there as well. You can also find us on Facebook. We broadcast it live on the Curly Girl Support Group page, which is where we do the show live every week. And it's also archived there. And you can find us on podcasts on Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play Music. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and wherever else you consume your podcasts. So we're pretty much everywhere lately. So that's pretty much the story. So anyway, our Halloween horror stories.
Hair
special.
horror stories.
Hollywood. God.
Just say hair horror stories. We all know it's Halloween.
Triple H, right?
No. Hair horror stories. So here we go. Do you want to kick it off?
Do you want me to kick it off? Because I can kick this off. It's not a curly hair one, and we've got pretty much all curly hair ones, right?
We can do it. Just hair horror stories.
All right, I'll tell you mine. I'll start with mine. Should I start with mine?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's mine. All right. So everybody thinks that when you're married to a star hairstylist and you own one of the top salons in one of the most Neapolitan cities in the entire country, that you'd get to get your hair done at that salon and get the full pampered treatment. Well, it's really not the case. Actually, the way it really is it's kind of like, I liken it to the... being the wife of an auto mechanic, and the wife of an auto mechanic, if you know one, is always the last one to get her car fixed. Hold on, we got to hold on. We brought the family in. Of course, they're causing trouble.
Yeah, Murphy's causing trouble. You can tell us.
Okay,
story.
all right.
Back.
Okay, all right. Yeah, she's causing trouble. So anyway, so I don't. So I don't get my hair done typically at the salon. Usually, when I need my hair done, which is about every 2 weeks. I get it done maybe every 2, 3, or 4 weeks, even though it grows really quickly. I get it done at home in our mudroom off the back of the house, which is a dirty mudroom. And it's because we live in Florida. It's usually 90 or 100 degrees in there with no wind. And we've got this old rusty salon chair. And that's where I get my hair done as I sweat to death and the hair sticks to me. So, and that's when I can get it done. Well, a couple of years back, I couldn't wait any longer to get my hair done. And was talking to Melanie, and I said, you know what I'm going to do? I go to Walmart almost every day. I'm just going to go to the Walmart hair salon. I'm going to get a trim. So I go to the Walmart hair salon, and it's, I think, $8 there at the time. And I got a nice young lady who might have been in her mid-20s, maybe. And she was some kind of Latin. I don't know if she was Cuban or Mexican or what she was, but she didn't, she wasn't English speaking. She was not. And I described to her, as I sat down, I described to her what I wanted. And she nodded. She never really said anything. And she nodded. And I let her cut my hair. And my hair looked pretty much the way it does now. And I told her, I said, I just want to be cleaned up. Just want to be cleaned up. Well, long story short, I ended up with I looked like I was a gangster from East LA. She made it really smooth. She squared me off, brought the bangs down here, absolutely squared me off, razored me thin. When I was done, and I didn't know what to say to her, because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. And she's asking me how it is, and I can tell she's really proud of it, because she probably does that same haircut a million times a day to young men. And I remember all I could do is laugh to myself, because I'm like, what am I going to do? It's $8. I can't really be upset. And I wanted to. All I wanted to do is I wanted to get out of the chair, and I wanted to go into Walmart, and I wanted to go find a flannel shirt so I could put it on and button just the top button and walk around, because that's what it looked like. And it took a while for it
you
to
get what you pay for.
You get what
Isn't
you
that
pay
what
for.
we talk about?
Yeah, you get what you pay for.
I think we have a picture of Ken when he gets his hair cut and colored by someone else.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
That's what happened.
No, that's
Can
not.
anybody see that?
No, that's not what it looked like. I can't. I can
Are we
see
the
it.
only ones that can
I
see
can
it?
see it. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, good.
And my hair's not that blonde of either one of them. So that's my horse. And it took a while to grow out. And there was nothing I could do with it, So that's my Halloween horror story. So do you have any, or do you want me to go over some of our listeners and viewers?
Well, I've got tons.
Some of them
I've got tons.
submitted. Yeah, you know what else we have to talk about? I'll talk about this at the end of the show. Our month-long curly hair Q&A, curl crap giveaway. There's another tongue twister. Our curly hair Q&A, curl crap giveaway number 2. That's our big giveaway with a bag full of curl crap and the bag. We're going to announce the winner of that at the end of the show. So hang around. If you entered into that,
and getting
it's kind of like
crap.
It's kind of like
candy.
Right. It's kind of
like those peanut butter nuggets. I hated those.
It's pretty it's pretty good. But I'll announce the winner at the end of the show. So you want to give a horror story?
Those popcorn balls. I didn't like those as much as I like popcorn. I didn't like those popcorn balls. Okay, well,
I wasn't a big trick or treater.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right.
I'm not a huge sweet eater. I'm one of those people like, I want something sweet, and then I'll take like one good bite of it, and I'm like, that's enough. So
okay.
Anyway,
well, I can share a couple personal stories. We all have personal stories. Even myself, being a hairdresser, and going to other hairdressers, have experienced bad things. So, yeah, and then I can share stories of
even by very experienced hairstylists.
Yeah, I have stories of other clients and things in the salon, but I'll start with my own. One time when this was really bad, because I had a coworker of mine, and we were independent contractors at the time. So, I was renting a space, a chair, and she was too. So we worked together in the same. It was like a salon, and you just rented your chair. And we had gone to a class, and they did a really cute haircut. So we're like, yeah, let's do your haircut like that. So we went back to the salon, and well, I love this person. I'm not going to mention any names, but she was one that got very distracted if she talked, and she loved to talk. That's probably how Ken would be if he'd be a hairdresser. And she couldn't focus.
But I'd have tons of chick clients.
Yeah, maybe for a little while.
Want to see my stethoscope?
Yeah.
Anyway,
that has nothing to do with hair.
It just sounded good.
Okay. So anyway, well, my coworker, I'll call her, got distracted while giving me the haircut. And we finish, and it's like half of it is layered, half of it isn't.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really bad. And I didn't want to hurt her feelings. I just don't like that. So I was like, I love it. It's great, But then in my off time, I went to another friend. I have lots of friends that are hairdressers. I had to go to another friend that was a hairdresser to fix it because it was horrible. It was a horrible, chopped up, half-layered haircut. It was a complete disaster. I mean, she was off in God only knows what left field. And so, and then, you have to come back to work. And of course she noticed, because it was a lot shorter, within a day or two. And
so that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, so that's super uncomfortable. So she was like, oh, you cut your hair shorter. I said, oh, yeah, I just decided I wanted it, a little shorter, the same style, and tried to totally cover it. But, oh, my God, what a hack job. It was horrible. And that was actually when I wore my hair straight. So curly-wise, another independent contractor, coworker, we'll call it, who is really, really well known and been very, very experienced in the industry, went to give me a haircut, and she immediately had brought out her. I must have asked her to at least dry cut it because she didn't normally do that. But I asked her to cut my hair dry, and she brought out these big shears and started sliding down my hair, just slide cutting, and it was like I just about passed out. And she's looking at me. I mean, I probably broke out in a sweat, and she was like, and I was trying to pull away. She's like, what? And I'm like, oh my God, you never do that to curly hair. I mean, who would know? This person had owned schools and everything. She taught some of the top hairdressers in the industry.
Names you would know.
Yeah.
Names everybody would know.
Oh my gosh, she didn't know, how to cut curly hair the right way, and just slide cutting down. That's the worst thing. Oh, I think we probably have a picture of, my reaction to that rut somewhere. But at the same time, then she also took a snip of my bangs. I had some bangs. Oh, there we are. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of what I look like. Yeah, that's
right.
What happens if you slide cut curly hair. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what it looks like, huh?
Yeah. And so she snipped my bangs, and I went, oh, because she cut them so short, and they're going to shrink up even more. So anyway, and she's like, what? And I'm like, I said, oh my God, too short, but what are you going to do then? It's too late. So she said, you're never going to let me cut your hair again, are you? And I said, nope. And I never did. So yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever recommend that if someone has curly hair and goes into a salon and a couple of those snips happen, do you recommend getting up and leaving? How do you do that?
Yeah. That's a tough one. If somebody did something really disastrous like that to me, right off
graciously, how do you do it?
Yeah, you really don't. I mean, I guess you just would have to be rude and say, look, stop, I'm done. But would I do that? No, I wouldn't. Me personally. I probably would, because I know I can. Well, somebody asked about that. Yeah, I was just gonna say, somebody asked that. Is there anything I couldn't fix? And there are some things you can't unless you go shorter. I mean, I always say I can fix just about everything, but yeah, if it's cut, it's cut.
Right.
Which leads me into another story. And this one has to do with texturizing. So this was a woman that owned the salon that I worked for. And she was very experienced, but...
How long ago was this?
This was a long time ago.
How long? So I can try to piece it together in my head.
Well, they're no longer here.
Okay, that tells me who I know. Okay, yeah. Good.
So they actually passed away from cancer. Yeah.
I mean, not good, but I know who it is. So.
And I'm sure, and once I say this, Rhett, you can find a picture of what it would look like to texturize curly hair.
Rhett knows his hair.
Yeah. So anyway, she had thought that she picked up a regular shear, but accidentally picked up a texturizing shear and took a big snip. Because, well, both things are bad. But, anyway, she was going into texturize. So you go in a little deeper into the strand of the hair. And it was a regular shear. So she had chopped off a big chop. I think we have a picture of somebody cutting a big chunk of hair, or, something crazy in there. Well, he'll find it. But anyway, so yeah, that was a disaster. That was another. And how do you recover from that? Because, what's done is, yes.
I know her.
Yes, the Britney Spears. But that's where.
We did not date.
Thank God. That's another story that I can tell. That could be my mother. So what happened, my mom had all kinds of stories when I talked to her about this. She had to do the Britney Spears because she went into a salon, asked for a short haircut, and the girl had kind of like my story cut. She said some was 4 inches, some was 2 inches. It was so choppy and different lengths all over the place. She said she can't believe the girl will ever pass state boards with, such a horrible haircut. And so she had to go home and she took out the clippers like Britney Spears just there and shaved her head like Mia Farrow.
Oh.
Yeah, she totally shaved her head.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Man.
Well, she said she left a little bangs in the front, and I said that sounds really weird.
That sounds really weird.
That sounds even more weird, Mom. But
a crew cut with bangs.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't get it.
That's like hillbilly.
Yeah. Yeah. So why don't you read somebody else's story?
Oh, I got a couple. Earlier in the week, I had asked some people in a couple of our groups. I said, hey, if you've got a Halloween hair horror story for us, give it to me. And if I read it on the podcast or the video show, I'll send you something a little free something. So if I do read your story tonight, make sure and send me a PM wherever you can find me or something, and I'll get your address and stuff and whatever. So this Halloween hair horror story is from Haley Hofs. I have a curly hair horror story. I went to a cosmetology school. Okay, right there. We could just stop there. We could stop right there.
Hey, I did good hair in cosmetology school.
You did. How long did it take you to do your first men's haircut, your brother? How long did that take?
My brother wasn't my first men's haircut.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
I'd swear I heard him say that it took like hours.
No. I don't remember my first men's haircut. We didn't. Oh, gosh, that was so long ago. I remember my first highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me 5 hours. And she had short hair.
Oh, well, let's go through this. Here's Haley's horror story. I went to a cosmetology school. Someone with curly hair suggested to me. I wanted shoulder length with all over layers. This girl did everything you're not supposed to do with curly hair. Rubbed my head with a thick towel, super rough, pulled my hair straight, brushed it, dried it on high heat with no diffuser while brushing it more, and she finished by brushing it straight, adding straight hair products. I ended up with a shoulder thing, while straight, bob with tiny layers at the bottom. Before, I had 3B curls. Oh,
I think we have a picture of this, Rhett. A picture of what it looks like to brush through your curls.
I might have that. Now I'm having issues getting my hair to curl.
There we go. I think she submitted her picture.
It could have been like that. Yes. Probably. Now I'm having issues getting my hair to curl. I'm not the type of person to make a scene, especially when the instructor was telling her to do all that. Oh,
yikes.
See, and people ask all the time. They say, "Why don't they teach that in school?" And my answer really is they just don't have time in beauty school, because what they're really trying to do for the most part is they're trying to teach you how to pass an exam, right? They're trying to teach you how to pass the state boards. So I see lots this I see on a fairly regular basis as I see people who decide, I want to learn how to do curly hair, so I'm going to go to cosmetology school. And that's great, and we're supportive of that, and lots of people are. But I think a lot of them go with the common misunderstanding that in 12 months or 14 months or whatever it takes them to get their hours, that they're going to come out and they're going to be a curly hair stylist. And it's just not the case. You're going to learn your basics, and then you're going to learn after that by wherever you get your extra training.
And we've talked about this before, and I mean, we've thrown some ideas around, but I'm not even sure how I feel about it. I still would have to really sleep on it, because I feel like somebody really needs to get experience with basic hair cutting first before even getting into the curly hair system. Yeah,
and that's not something you learn in 10 or 12 months of beauty school. Mm-mm. It's just you get the basics. You learn how to get your boards, and then hopefully you get to work in a salon, or you get an apprenticeship after that with somebody who's really good, who can really train you and teach you. A situation like that will save you years in your career of trying to learn stuff on your own, or going to classes when they're in town in your area. That's pretty much, I mean, we've had that question before on the show about, Melanie, what would you do differently? Or, what would you recommend, for somebody, going to beauty school? What would you do? And that's pretty much there's your answer.
Yeah. And I can't say that I would do anything differently because I am a believer, as you probably have gotten to know, in diversifying and knowing as much as possible to be able to do as much as possible. So, I love specializing in the curly hair, but I think it's best to have a really solid background in just standard hairdressing too, so I can do all of it. Why would I box myself into just one system? I mean, I want to do as much hair as I can and be diversified in case something happens. I don't know, but
you never know. I mean, think about it. It's really only been the last few years that people, really the masses embracing their curls has really taken off. The majority of those people up until just a few years ago it was flat ironing and straightening and, everything to get rid of the curl, relaxers and whatnot.
Right.
And if you were just doing curly hair back then, I think you would have had a really hard time making a living.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, there were people doing it back then, and then, there's less competition. So that's
True.
why I say I'm not sure
Depends
how
where
I
you
feel
live,
about
yeah.
it. Yeah. But I just still feel like it's so good to have, different things to fall back on and be, as diversified as possible and as best as possible in, many different things in many different areas. So, to get a great foundation in school and then to apprentice and advance your education and your training. And, then that's where you can branch off into the curly, because it's an advanced training.
It is. Yeah. And that takes a while to learn.
Oh, we have an example
we have an
of
example of bad curly
cut.
hair.
It wasn't
Let's
one
see
of
it.
mine. Oh, this is my client. So I didn't do that haircut. That was when she came to me for her first time. And I love these pictures because it really shows, Rhett, can you put those back up there? It really shows what happens when a regular haircut is done on curly hair. And I don't know how detailed people can see, but there's the shelf. And this is the girl who I termed the jellyfish off of because you have that shelf.
This is where that started?
And then the dangles, yeah.
Yeah. I can clearly see it from here.
Yeah. And so, that's some of what happens when you have someone do just a regular traditional haircut on curly hair. And also, this poor girl, I can share another story, and there's another picture of this in there, Rhett.
Yeah. Hey, Rhett, can Instagram see this or not? No. Can YouTube see this or not? Okay. Sorry,
so
Instagram. You can check it out. You can check it out the replay on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, check out the replay on YouTube.
Yeah, they're fun. There's fun pictures.
Raw Curls channel.
So, poor Jeannie. She was young in high school by that time, and all of her friends were straightening their hair. So, she had those gorgeous curls, but she wanted to be like all the straight girls and straightening her hair. So she was flat ironing.
Yeah.
And one day she came into the salon and she had her hair pulled back in a ponytail and took it down. And I had Terry's reaction or that other reaction. I was like, or the cat's reaction here. Oh my God, what happened?
Really?
Oh my gosh. Half of her side was up to like her chin, and the other half was as long as you could see, and it was like down to her, middle back. So I'm like, what happened to your hair? And so similar to that video and picture that went around, Rhett, do we have that with the blonde girl with, it's towards the end. Well, yes. Anyway, Jamie had burned her hair off. So you all know where I'm going. Yes, this is the picture. Oh gosh, I love it. So this was the girl, she got famous for it, but she, and this is another reason why we say be careful who you listen to, because all these instructional videos online, well, this girl was giving an instructional video of how to use the curling wand, and hello, she burned her hair off. I thought it was funny, but anyway, and Jamie did the same thing. She burned her hair off flat ironing too much, and then she had short pieces throughout the rest of the hair, and I just wanted to cry. I was so upset compared to, I was more upset than she was. And it's taken years for her to grow that back out. I said, I'm sorry, I know you want to straighten your hair, but we're taking the flat iron away. And I did. And I told her, you cannot flat iron for a while right now. I'm sorry, And she listened actually, and then we got her a new flat iron that wasn't as hot, and reminded her of the right products and the right techniques, so that she wouldn't do that again. But luckily, yay, she's gone off to college, and now all her new friends have curly hair, so she wears her hair curly all the time.
Oh, thank God.
I'm so excited.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. So are there, can you actually give clients a haircut or a style that will allow them to wear it both curly and to flat iron if they want to?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea behind the Raw Curls cut. Part of it is to make it functional so that you can wear your hair any way that you want.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Mm-hmm. You have options.
Should we do another?
Yep.
Should we do another?
Yep.
We'll do another listener story.
Yes.
This is from Jessica Alameda. 16-year-old me steps into a beauty salon. That sounds like a joke, right? 16-year-old me steps into a beauty salon. Hairdresser says she will do a treatment to manage my frizz at the roots.
Oh.
She relaxed my hair halfway. I ended up having straight hair from the roots up to halfway down and curls on the ends. I have never trusted a soul with my hair ever since.
Oh, wow.
I wish we had a picture. I don't think we had a couple of these people give us pictures, but I didn't post them, and
I don't think I have a picture.
I don't think I have one of that.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good. I got a couple more. You want me to do a couple more?
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one. Let's do this one. This is from Jennifer Tedeschi. For my junior prom, I went to a curly hairstylist for an updo. The girl had no clue what she was doing and started to brush out my hair. She put little twisted rows on the top and then curled a few pieces under that. I can't even picture that, can you?
Yeah.
I was too shy and too young to speak up. I wouldn't now. I had to go home and start over and just left it curly. Yeah, I could see that happening.
I think we have. Do we? We might have something that could go along with that. Yeah, we might have a picture.
It's coming. Oh,
I think.
Yeah, sorry, Jennifer. That's.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not
That's
good.
bad. I'll tell my mom's prom story. My mom had a prom story too. So, yeah, she's got a lot of stories. She's done a lot to her hair.
She's lived a lot of life.
Mm-hmm. She had a pink prom dress one year. I think I actually wore that same pink prom dress. But anyway, she decided to bleach.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-mm. She decided to bleach her hair out before prom, and then when somehow she dropped the toner and it spilled or broke or whatever, went all over the floor, and her hair hadn't bleached it wasn't even red, it wasn't blonde, it was pink. It came up to pink. So whatever she had on her hair,
dress.
so it matched her dress. And I said, that sounds like what's her name from Greece?
Frenchie.
Frenchie. I said, oh, Mom, you sound like Frenchie from Greece. But
Right.
everyone just thought she did it on purpose to match her dress. And I said,
I would've
nowadays,
said it.
they would think so. They would think that's actually really cool. But we're talking about like back in, back in
62 maybe?
60s, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, it would have to be 61,
Yeah,
62.
yeah, in the 60s. Oh, okay. Yeah, that could be like half straight, half curly. Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah. I like the one with the before and after with the poodle. Yeah. So anyway, but that was not cool back then. My mom went to prom looking like, there's the updo.
Oh.
There's the updo. They say
That's kind of half.
Right.
I can't even look at that.
Exactly. Rhett, did you like the caption that I put under there? Did you figure it out? I said BFU, you figure it out. But anyway, and they say you start to look like your dog as you get older. So I thought, how appropriate. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. They're both ready for the prom.
Oh, they're ready for something. I don't know if it's the prom. Oh, man.
That's the ultimate mullet, man.
That's the ultimate mullet. Boy.
It's awesome.
Oh, I got another good story. You want another good story?
Yeah.
I got another good one. Let's see. This is from Alicia Cortez. So a lot of these have their moms involved. A lot of really common theme of these horror stories. My mom.
The mom doing their hair.
Oh, man. So my mom decided to give me my first haircut ever. She thought I'd look adorable with bangs.
Oh.
She was wrong.
Oh, bangs. Bangs went
she thought
bad.
she'd get $10. She thought I'd look adorable with bangs. This was 6th grade, and I was so embarrassed. I had to use my birthday money gift card to have it professionally fixed at the JCPenney salon. She cut it super short, and it's the first time I ever had my hair straightened. Ooh. Yeah.
I have another JCPenney story.
Do you?
It's my mom's. See? It's another.
See, there we go.
It's the mom theme. But, yeah, well, we both got bad perms.
Alicia is still in therapy, by the way.
Yes, for sure. And okay, there is a picture somewhere of fried permed hair, I think. Anyway, well, I did have a perm. I did have a perm twice in my life, and one was at JCPenney, and that went really bad too. And my mom.
I had several.
You had a perm?
Several, and they look good.
Oh yeah,
They look good.
Do we have
They
a picture
did.
of Ken with a perm?
No, we do not.
We should.
No, we do not. I know there's some floating around, and don't you guys dare post them. But anyway.
Oh, where's the other picture of Ken?
No, that's not me. That's not.
The other one.
No, I look good. It back in the day. I know there's some people that
You
probably
thought you
have
looked
that.
good.
But no.
Well, my mom got her hair permed at JCPenney, and she said when she got home, she was like, "What in the world?" Because there was some pieces standing straight up. Some were curled, some were There's Ken with his perm in the morning.
That's not a perm. That's not. No.
That's how you look in the morning.
Is that sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I don't get a haircut,
Because
I'm 3 weeks past due.
So with the JCPenney perm, she gets home and half is, standing straight up and half of it's curly. And she's like, what in the heck? So she went back. Well, the girl said, oh, no problem. I can just re-perm it. It was the next day.
It's going to break off and fall off. Even I know that.
Day. So, yeah, she permed her hair and it got all fried and broke off. I think we might have a picture of fried hair in there. Yeah, there's a blonde. I
don't know. You'd have to ask your producer.
Yeah. Well, anyway, not a good idea to do a perm 2 days in a row. Let me just tell you.
Oh.
We have curly wannabes. We're like naturally curly, and we're blessed with that. But there's some curly wannabes, and you should go to Terry. She does awesome perms.
I've got a good question. Could you perm hair 2 days in a row if you used Olaplex?
I would not.
I
still would not. No way.
Oh, on our Thursday show, we're going to bring in a rep from Olaplex and do a Q&A with, and we can ask her.
Yeah.
We'll see what she says.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That's perm.
I dated her.
Ken dated her.
I'm sure I did.
There you go. That's probably what Ken's hair looked like, permed. Awesome. Yes.
I so badly want to say some stuff,
Ken's
but there's way
there.
too many people that watch this that have known me a long, long time.
I wish we could overlay your face in that.
No, I did never look like that. Never.
80s perm.
Oh,
I had those mall bangs though. I did.
Yeah. Is that what they're called?
Yeah. The mall bangs. So it was standing straight up like that.
Right.
My brother always called me a rooster.
God. I've seen the pictures. Do you want to hear Ricky Tate's curl horror story?
Okay.
Horror hairstyle.
This is a girl or a guy?
This is a girl.
Okay.
Ricky with an I. Like Ricky, don't lose that number like that. Ricky Tate. My curl horror story. When I was in 5th grade, Mom again. Common theme again. My curly horror story. When I was in 5th grade, my mom got tired of trying to care for my long curly hair. See, Mom is the culprit again. She drew this nice picture of what it would look like to cut it short. So she drew her a nice picture. Needless to say, it looked nothing like the picture when it was done. I looked like the original Bozo the Clown, and I was scarred for many, many years, as kids at that age are terribly cruel. Yeah, they are. And you know what else? Kids in their 40s and 50s are terribly cruel as well. Don't kid yourself. They are. Once my hair grew out, I did everything humanly possible to not show my curls, particularly since it wasn't cool to have curly hair in the 70s. Actually, it was if you were a guy and you were in a rock band. Then it was. I was there, I remember. It wasn't until I was in my 20s that I finally started going curly, and much later until products were developed until I could easily manage my curls. Yeah, that was a big help, is when you started to see products made.
I think there's another picture in there of a bad haircut on curly hair. It's like buckwheat.
There can't be that many.
There is.
Can't be that many. I'm telling you.
I think she sent us a picture. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well,
do you want a real horror story that's gross, guts and everything? You want to hear about that?
does it?
It's
It doesn't
scary.
have to do with hair.
Yeah, no, it does. Oh. Or do you have another story? Do you have another story? You want me to give
I've
another
got
one?
lots of stories.
Oh, then give us another one, and then I'll save this one for the last
Oh,
one.
there. Yeah,
Holy
check
crap.
that out. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, again, that's what happens when you don't get a curly cut on curly hair.
Is that from our salon, or is that
was actually, and Julie always talks about getting her hair cut too short, and she says she looks like a microphone, like her microphone. So yeah, that was somebody that came into me at the salon. So that was the before picture. I didn't put the afters in there. I was just grabbing some stuff real quick for a rep, but yeah,
Were you able to fix that?
I was.
Really?
I was. Yep, I sure was. But
Oh boy, is that a combination of cut and products to fix that?
absolutely, and definitely where you need the raw curls cut, not just dry cutting, not just wet cutting, a combination of the two to fix all that craziness.
That is craziness. Oh, all right.
What's your story?
We'll do one more, and then we're gonna do the giveaway.
Wait, no, I have more stories.
You got more stories?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll give you this one. Oh, this is a good one. This is from Tara Pena. Oh, Tara. My curly hair nightmare. This was many years ago in Virginia. I was a child with curly, mischievous hair, and I was suffering from a large dose of chicken pox. I had chicken pox as a kid. My body was covered with these oozy, itchy blisters.
Ugh.
And even worse, my innocent brown curly hair was haunted with these little nightmares. Well, I'm sure.
My innocent.
I'm sure. These little nightmares. My curly hair masked these unflattering scabs, but they were completely taking over my head. So one night, my mother was washing my hair in the kitchen sink and began running her hands through my tender head and scalp and tangled curls. She noticed a scab that seemed extra bumpy. As she peeled back the wet strands of shampooed curls, she saw something frightening.
Ew, what is it?
A gigantic, juicy tick.
Ew, I knew it.
On those pussy, scabby
Ew,
chicken pox. Ugh. It was there sucking the blood from my chicken pox infected scalp. I told you it's scary. It's gross. What would Terry think, right? Immediately we called frantically for my grandmother to hunt down the tweezers. The little monster was finally yanked, and my curls were set free of this blood-sucking creature.
Ugh.
Unfortunately, the chicken pox were still there to torture me for a few more days, but it was a nightmare for me, and my curly hair will never forget it.
Gross.
I told you.
I hate those ticks. They're
gross.
disgusting. I've had them, and the dogs have had them.
The dogs have had them. I haven't had them.
Yeah. Only once
Ew.
did they get big on. I forget which dog it was, but it got, it was sucking the blood for a while. And it got inflamed.
It might have been Miley. I don't remember.
I think it may have been.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But I remember that. You could actually see they're growing. Ugh. All right. You want to knock out a horror story?
Yeah, I can give. Well, these two can tie together actually. And then let's see. Well, yeah. So they kind of both have the same theme. And again, this was one of them was, well, they were a long time ago. The one was a client of mine up north, and then the other, it was a client of ours that came into the salon, and they both thought in their drinking that it would be a good idea to do their, well, the one, Sharon, you remember, she was in the bar drinking and decided to get a haircut.
That's always a great idea.
Not a good idea. Not a good idea. The other one was a guy, believe it or not, decided it would be good to color his own hair. Drunk.
Yeah. That's never a good idea either.
He said he looked at the picture of the chick on the box and thought that was his hair color. Yeah, well,
all right.
He wasn't seeing straight. So he
was wrong.
Yeah, he was wrong. So he came to the salon with chicken, like baby chick yellow hair. Of course, all his coworkers were cracking up, making fun of him. And we had to fix that. Yeah, I think we have a reaction of Terry's hair, or Terry to that one too. Yeah, never a good idea to decide to do your hair while you're drinking. It's bad.
Note to self.
Yeah, note to self. I probably don't remember if you're drinking, but.
Oh, probably not.
Oh, there, yes. That's exactly what we look like.
It's pretty much, yeah, it's just plastered on her face every day at work, so just never changes. That's day in the life, right? Day in the life.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Anyway, all right. Well, we'll save the rest of them for another show. I still have pages, but now we'll save them.
Well, thank you all for sharing, because we have all been through it. Mm-hmm. We've all had bad experiences, and thank God, a lot of times we can fix it, but sometimes, it takes a little bit longer.
Sometimes it's just time is the only cure. Yeah, kind of like healing a broken heart. Right? Sometimes. All right. Well, how about should we do the big giveaway?
Sure.
Let's do the big curl crap giveaway. That's the curly hair Q&A curl crap giveaway. I know a lot of you guys entered. We had thousands of people enter, and it's the whole month of October we've done it. And I can't even think, but we had thousands of people enter. It is a bag full of curl crap for those of you guys who used to watch this show early in its inception. We used to do these. I used to do them every once in a while, maybe every
Do you want me
couple
to grab
of weeks.
the bag?
You can grab the bag, but don't show what's in it, because it's got to be a surprise for the person. But it's big. I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not. Can you reach it? I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not, but it's a really cool bag. It's a curly hair bag, and it's filled. There might be one good thing in there. The rest of it.
No, there's a couple good things in
there?
here. Yeah,
if
there's
you
a couple,
like,
but this
if you
is
like
our curl crap bag.
Man, it's in there.
It's just worth getting the bag.
It's just worth getting the bag. Can you guys see that? I know you have a podcast, you can't see it, but on video you can see it.
Oh, it's a cute bag with a girl that has curly hair, and it's called Curls and Hearts. So there's hearts, and it's teal. She's got teal lips. It's just adorable.
Yeah. There's only one problem.
Huh.
I can't find the name of it.
You don't have the name.
I got it somewhere.
That's great, Ken. You don't want him as your doctor.
You guys don't know.
Be like, I got the wrong person. I can't find their name.
Guys, if you knew how, you think these giveaways are really, you'd be surprised how difficult they are.
You cut somebody's leg off when they came in for whatever.
Stitches. Right?
Yeah, stitches.
Okay. All right. Drum roll, please. Melanie, would you care to read the winner's name off? The winner of the big curl crap giveaway number 2 is?
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Kylie Lewis.
Kylie Lewis, you are our big winner. Yeah, stick it in the bag there. You're a big winner of a curl crap giveaway. And if you would send me a private message, if you could, on Facebook, or send me an email to ken@rawhairorganics.com. Give me your full name and address. Tell me who you are, and I'll ship it out to you. I'll have somebody ship it out to you this week. So congratulations. Don't use it all in one place, or at one time.
Enjoy your curl
crap. Enjoy it, because it's going to last a while for somebody.
There's a lot in there. And they're big bottles.
Yeah, and if you don't want it, I'd prefer that you donate it to maybe
Make sure
a
you
shelter
get a clarifier to clarify all that
you're
curl
gonna
crap
need.
off.
There might be a clarifier in there.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's cool.
Because you're going to need it.
Okay.
Eventually, one way or another. So that's pretty much it. So you got anything else for us today? Anything else you want to wrap up with? Might have an interview on the Thursday show this week. Maybe not. We'll see. If not, we'll have one next week for sure. But so
you wanted me to talk about. You wanted me to talk about the event that we're having.
Oh, that's right. If you're in South Florida or Southwest Florida, the Naples, Florida area, or anywhere within a drive, yes, you want to talk about that? We've got a big event. You could call it a curly hair event, but we're having a big event for the ladies. You want to talk about that?
It's actually not just for curly hair. It's a ladies' night out. So we're having a ladies' night out November 7th from 6 to 8 at the salon.
That's a Wednesday, right?
So yeah, it's a Wednesday. We're going to have styling tips and some fun and glitz and glamour.
Is there wine?
There's wine.
There's wine.
Yeah,
Okay.
wine and cheese and some snacks and some giveaways. So
Yeah,
some
so
surprises.
It'll be fun.
It'll
What
be
time?
fun.
What time is it?
6 to 8 on November 7th.
It's from 6 to 8, Wednesday, November 7th at the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. And you can join a bunch of other like-minded ladies. I will not be there. I'm not invited, so that's okay. Have fun.
Nope.
It's ladies'
night.
It's ladies'
We
night.
talked about having a guy night or men's night, and then having like gift ideas of things that they could buy for their wives or their significant others, because that would be fun.
I could run that deal.
That would be fun.
I could run that deal. Yeah,
So maybe.
it'd be a lot more than 2 hours. Let me tell you.
Oh God!
It wouldn't
for
end at
sure.
8.
Ken was running it.
And the cops would come in and just be, but
Yeah.
we'd be telling a lot of stories. Yes, it would run late. We'd be telling a lot of stories. The cops would come. We'd make the news. It'd be great marketing.
Why would the cops come?
You kidding? My friends. I bring my friends.
He acts like he's Mr. Wild Guy.
If I bring my friends, it may not be me. So anyway, all right, okay. Let's wrap this thing up. If you would, smash up the likes for me, give me the hearts and whatever, because it helps with all our rankings and stuff like that, whatever. And what? Does this thing actually work?
It has this as
It
heart.
does. I didn't notice. Can you guys? I don't know.
Flashing up the hearts.
If you press, see if you take the stethoscope and press on your heart, it lights up. See that? That's the deal. So yeah,
For sure, mine lights up.
We're your curl doctors, your curl specialists, and we'll see you next week.
Have a safe and
Monday.
happy Halloween.
Have
you
a
guys.
safe and happy Halloween. Keep your kids safe, and don't drink and drive. So we'll see you next week.
Eat lots of candy.
Eat lots of candy. We'll see you. We'll see you next Monday.
Bye.